Hi everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the SCU show. I'm your host SCU. Happy 4th of July everybody. We are officially halfway through 2020. The worst year probably any of us have ever lived through due to the virus, due to Kobe Bryant's death. There's just absolutely so much that we have to live through in 2020, and I feel like in my 25 years of existence, by the way, birthday month, birthday is on July 22nd, I'll be 26 years old, can't wait. But I feel like through the first 25 years of my life, I know I've gotten through a lot of crap. We all go through crap, right? I mean, everybody does. So you can't avoid it. This has probably been one of the toughest years of my life, you know. Not even personally, but just like, with the virus and Kobe's death, it's a lot. But I'm glad you guys have been sticking with me. We've been doing this podcast all year. Our numbers have been great. We hit over 17,000 hits. Thank you all for your support. We've reached over 70,000 people on social media. So really, I really appreciate it. This is awesome. This is also the last show we'll be doing here in this studio. I don't know where my next studio will be. Or if we'll have video for a little bit. We might just do audio. So I hope you guys will stick around, keep listening, and we'll keep bringing the content because sports is back, people. MLS is back, and the NWSL just returned last month, a few weeks ago, last week, whatever it was. So a lot of stuff to come. Especially with the NFL season coming up, we definitely have some stuff coming for you, so stay tuned. Gonna have some good shows. Alright, let's get to today's show. It's gonna be a short show, a few topics. It's 4th of July weekend. I'm heading out down to the Jersey Shore this weekend. Be in Wildwood with 12 great people, 11 great people, 2 of them being my brothers. Anyway, back to the sports. Here we go. Let's get started. The Patriots signed Cam Newton to a 1-year deal, $7.5 million. And everyone's talking about how Cam Newton's going to start. Oh, and I'll get to another thing later. But the first thing is, why are we talking about Cam Newton being a week 1 starter? Why? They do have 2 other quarterbacks on their roster. You know that, right? Cam Newton hasn't played in how long? He's always hurt, so he hasn't seen the field as much as these other quarterbacks have. I know. I understand. Jared Stidham, he was a rookie last year, but he did play some games. He didn't do the best, but there are a lot of people talking about now. Oh, Cam Newton's the week 1 starter. There's no doubt about it. There's that. And I'm just thinking to myself, I don't see it. I do think Cam Newton will start. I do think Cam Newton is a starting quarterback. I just don't think it's week 1. And it's funny. Everyone's talking about Jared Stidham versus Cam Newton. Who's going to start week 1 for the Patriots? And I'm going to be the only one that's going to say it now. Why are we talking about Brian Hoyer? Brian Hoyer's been under Bill Belichick's wing 5 of his NFL seasons. But Brian Hoyer knows the system. Everybody knows that Bill Belichick has a system, right? I mean, we all pay attention to the Patriots, and we know that the system is there. That's why we keep calling Brady. We used to call Brady a system quarterback because there's a system. Brian Hoyer is the guy with the most experience when it comes to that system. Now, he hasn't played much, and he hasn't had much success in New England. However, he is the one that's been there the longest. He's been there 5 of his however many years he's been playing. He knows the system. He's been studying the system for 5 seasons. And we're not going to consider him the starting quarterback week 1 when he knows the system? I don't get it. Everyone thought about Cam Newton. Oh, he was MVP. He should absolutely start. I don't care that Cam Newton was MVP 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was at rock bottom. I mean, I'm still at rock bottom, but anyway. 5 years ago, we're all different people. Everything changes. Cam Newton is a 500 quarterback since his 2015 NFL season. And Doug Gottlieb brought this up yesterday. There's only one team that the Panthers played that 2015 season that had over a 500 record. So really, Cam Newton had an MVP season playing cupcakes. Playing a bunch of high school teams, probably. Around there. So, then we'll talk about Cam Newton's MVP. He should absolutely be starting week 1. No, it means nothing. He has not proven a damn thing yet. And I'm not saying it. Cam Newton will not play again. Cam Newton will start eventually. It could be week 2 for all we know. It could be week 1 for all we know. Camp's starting in about 4 weeks, so we'll see what happens when we get to the camps, when we get to see these things go down. But if I'm Bill Belichick, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, watching the media. If he does watch the media, he's thinking to himself, why is everyone talking about Cam Newton starting week 1? We signed him to a 1-year deal. It's not like he has a long-term deal. He's our starting quarterback, next franchise quarterback. No. That's all nonsense. That's not how it is. And on and again. And no discredit to Jared Stidham, but he's a rookie. He was a rookie last year. He still has to prove himself a little more. I would give the starting reins to Brian Hoyer, week 1. Absolutely. I would have Brian Hoyer start week 1. If he struggles, I think the Dolphins do win that game, by the way. Or in New England, just like the end of their season last year, that would have won in New England. I think that the Patriots start Brian Hoyer, and I don't think he starts the whole season. I think Cam Newton will get in there eventually, maybe week 3, maybe. The Patriots start 0-2. I mean, they lose to the Dolphins, and they have to go to Seattle. So it's a tough game, especially when it's on Sunday Night Football, NBC. It's going to be a nationally televised game. I think maybe on week 3, week 4, we see Cam Newton. I think they play Kansas City week. No, the Ravens play Kansas City. I think the Patriots play Kansas City like week 4 around there. I don't have a schedule in front of me, but I think around then, that's when you'll see Cam Newton come in, because if the Patriots are 0-2 and they have to go to Kansas City, or 0-3, whoever the case is, the 1-2, they have to go to Kansas City. It's at Kansas City, by the way, this year, without Tom Brady. Yeah, I don't think Bill Belichick's going to want Brian Hoyer starting if he's been struggling as his starter. So Cam Newton will eventually get a start with the Patriots. I just don't think it's week 1, and I think they should go with Brian Hoyer. And I'm the only guy that's saying this. I'm the only one that's saying the Patriots should start Brian Hoyer week 1 this season. I'm the only one. Nobody else is saying it yet. I'll wait for somebody else to say it. Nobody else is saying it, though. Alright, let's shift gears. This is interesting. I meant to talk about this last week because it ended last week. NBC Sports, you follow them on Instagram, they have a Chris Sims. He's former NFL quarterback, son of obviously Phil Sims, who was also with CBS. He put out a top 40 quarterback listing. And I decided, hey, I'm going to look at the two hits and I'm going to look at the hits and misses that he bought. And really, there's only 2 really big hits, which were Patrick Mahomes is number 1, and Russell Wilson is number 2. Yeah, that's it. That was the only hits those were the only hits that Chris Sims bought on his list. I'm not saying everything else was a miss. I mean, Daniel Jones around like in the mid-20s or in the middle of the list. Okay, that's fine. 2 and number 40, I don't agree with that. That's weird because he's better than Mr. Trubisky. He's better than Taysom Hill. Go check out the list. It's on NBC Sports on Instagram. I don't have the list in front of me, of course. Lamar Jackson, number 5. What? Lamar Jackson is the second or third best quarterback, if not the best quarterback in the NFL right now. And he had him at number 5. I don't remember who number 4 was. Do I have it here? I might have it here. I do not have it here, but I do know that Aaron Rodgers was number 3. And I said this several times now on this show. Aaron Rodgers is going to have I don't want to say a bad season. It's going to be a really tough season for Aaron Rodgers. Now, I do like the addition of Devin Funchess, but I don't think he's going to be the guy that I think he will be. And again, those corners they had to face, that defense they had to face in the division, plus the Saints and the 49ers defenses. And we saw what the 49ers defense did last year to Aaron Rodgers. I don't see much changing there this year. So I don't agree that Aaron Rodgers number 3. Lamar Jackson number 5, that's insane. He's one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL. Nobody can really dispute that. And then, of course, come on, Carson Wentz, number 8. Of course, he has Carson Wentz. Now, I'm not anti-Carson Wentz. I know I talk so much crap about Carson Wentz, but I'm not anti-Carson Wentz. I'm just tired of hearing about how great he is when he's not as great as everyone thinks he is. It's annoying, really. Cam Newton, number 10. That's very, very far-fetched. That is, what? Wow. That threw me off. I'm sure it threw a lot of people off. Cam Newton, number 10. Hell no. He has Brady at number 15 and Brees number 16. Both of them are a mile ahead better than Cam Newton. Brady in 20 years averaged 12 wins as the Patriots starting quarterback. The biggest odds right now for the Patriots with Cam Newton as starting quarterback, 9.5. Can't even get to 10 with Cam Newton. And he's number 10 on Chris Sims' list over Brady and Brees. Ha! That's crazy. That is laughable. And nobody's going to agree with this one either. Nick Foles at number 31. Come on, people. I can't wait for the Bears to finish maybe I see an 8-8 season for Chicago. And I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but they'll be right there in the playoff picture week 17. And he has Case Keenum number 32. And there's it's 90-10, 10-90 chance that Case Keenum takes over Baker Mayfield this year. But if he does, we know Case Keenum can succeed. He has, first of all, his offensive coordinator back in Minnesota in 2017, Kevin Stefanski. Who is his new coach now? Kevin Stefanski. In Cleveland. You don't think he's going to have success in Cleveland if he takes over that team? He absolutely will. He could take them to the playoffs for all I know. Because, I think the Steelers are going to have a down season. They'll be 7-9. They're going to win one game that I really think they should not win. And, yeah, I think that Nick Foles and Case Keenum are number 31 and 32 on Chris Sims' lists. That's just too low. That is way too... That is just... I can't. So that's it. There you go. Chris Sims' top 40 list. Again, NBC Sports on Instagram. I don't agree with the list. No, I'm not saying it's the whole thing. The whole thing is crap. Mahomes number 1, Russell Wilson number 2. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I can agree with that. Absolutely. What I don't agree with is having Tua number 40. I think Herbert was number 39, 38. He's really at the bottom of the list as well. Tyrod Taylor was in the 30s. Tyrod Taylor, pretty damn good quarterback, even though he had gotten benched twice in his career in two different teams in Buffalo and in Cleveland. I think, I don't know, it's just... And then, of course, Carson was number 8. I mean, give me a break, people. Come on. Alright. Oh, here it is. I forgot about this. Jameis Winston better than Tyrod Taylor? Yeah. Come on, Chris Sims. That's ridiculous. To call James Winston better than Tyrod Taylor. I mean, people, sure, you can disagree with that, or you can agree with that, because there are 30 touchdowns. He's also thrown 10 or more picks in each of his 5 or 6 NFL seasons. Tyrod Taylor, he hadn't done that. So I would pick Tyrod Taylor over James Winston by a couple spots. And there, now I'm done. Now I'm done with that topic. By the way, yeah. Final topic. Let's just get to it. It's a little political, a little social injustice. I don't like talking about this stuff on the show, but this is really cool. I mean, this is very, very cool. I really like that this was what happened. So Maya Moore sat out the 2019 WNBA season because she wanted to help a guy named Jonathan Irons, who had been sentenced to, I think it was like a 50-year sentence for aggravated assault and aggravated burglary, around there. She sat out the 2019 season. She'll sit out this season for social injustice again. He got free yesterday because of her. That is amazing. That shows when you put your heart into something, you can make it work. That's what Maya Moore did. And that's why I give her so much credit. I have so much more respect for her in general. Like, she was always one of my favorite women's basketball players in UConn or wherever she played. I'm pretty sure she at UConn. And then again in Minnesota with the Lynx. One of my favorite players, women players of all time. And now she's one of the greatest people I've heard. She's up there with Kobe Bryant. Kobe did a lot of great things. LeBron did a lot of great things. Maya Moore, she's doing a lot of great things. And she just proved that yesterday. She fought for 2 years. I believe it's been 2 years now. Almost 2 years, whatever. For Jonathan Irons to get released from prison. She knew he was innocent. And she pretty much saved his life. It's unfortunate he had to spend some time in jail anyway. But now Jonathan Irons is a free man. He can live the rest of his life. And he has Maya Moore to thank for that. And for me, I thank Maya Moore as well. Because that's just incredible. Just goes to show you, folks. If you pour your heart to something, as much as Maya Moore poured her heart to prove that Jonathan Irons was innocent, you can make it happen. Maya Moore, so much respect for you. Thank you for what you do. Continue to do what you do. I just wish she would play the WNBA season. It would be much more exciting if she was there. She's like the Lebron James of the WNBA when it comes to basketball. LeBron left Cleveland. They went from, top of the world to down in the Mariana Trench. They were such crap, and they're still crap today. Same thing with Maya Moore and the Lynx. She made the Lynx relevant. They won 2 or 3 titles, maybe just one. It was one around there, at least one, maybe 2. She left. They're not as good. They're just not. They're not Mariana Trench like the Cavs have been since LeBron left. But Maya Moore has made a difference when it comes to that WNBA, and now she's making a difference when it comes to social injustice. And with that, this has been a great show. We are done, though. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching again. This has been our last show here in this setup. I'm not sure what the future holds for next week. Might be just be an audio show. I hope you guys listen to the podcast. We're available on Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast, except iHeartRadio, except Spreaker. We will work on that. We are working on that behind the scenes with Bobby Garante, founder of i95sportsnetwork.com, which, by the way, we are also part of. This podcast is also available on i95sportsnetwork.com. But again, we've reached almost 70,000 people on social media since we switched to video. We've had over 17,000 hits since the new year. And I'm so grateful for those that watch, those that listen, even the haters. I've seen several hate comments, especially my XFL stuff. But that's it comes with the package, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. I'm off to Wildwood tomorrow. Enjoy your 4th of July weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This has been episode number 44 of the SCU Show.